TikTok is boosting widescreen videos. And this isn't just a guess by influencers or even me guessing based on my math. TikTok is telling us this up front. But based on everything I've read in the comments, it doesn't seem like most people want to watch widescreen content on TikTok. So are we about to see a huge influx of that, or is this gonna be a dud? And for my fellow creators, is it worth making widescreen content? Well, you know me, I've been messing around with it so you don't have to. And before I get into it, this video specifically is not going to go anywhere without word of mouth, so hit that share button, hit that follow button. The platform that you're watching this on definitely has flags in place to stop this video from spreading, so help me out. But I'll go ahead and answer the question up front. Do I think that we're going to have a huge influx of widescreen videos on TikTok? Probably not. And if we do have an influx of widescreen videos on TikTok, it will probably be a bubble that bursts very quickly, and let me talk about why. First off, viewers don't seem to like watching widescreen format on TikTok. Go figure. But that's not where this ends. It all has to do with implementation from TikTok itself. First off, a large percentage of the creators that you follow on this app probably make at least a part of their money from the TikTok creativity program, and those creators are not going to make anything extra when it comes to these boosted videos. In fact, these videos might actually end up making less than their portrait counterparts. And the reason for that is how TikTok is actually boosting these videos. For starters, it doesn't look like TikTok has an actual audience that it's boosting these videos to. And if it does have a selected audience for these boosted videos, it doesn't seem like that is the same audience as the target audience for the videos that we're creating. And you can tell by looking at the analytics, the boosted videos have a much lower retention rate than the unboosted videos, which means these videos are not going out to the audiences who actually want to watch them. And my first thought when I saw this pattern was it's probably not because it's boosted, it's probably because it's widescreen and people don't typically want to watch widescreen videos on this platform. So then I started making videos that were widescreen that were probably not going to get boosted, but the same thing started to happen. The boosted videos had a much lower retention rate than the other widescreen videos, although every widescreen video still had a tremendous dip. And back to the creativity program, this lower retention rate means that fewer people are likely to stay to the 5-second mark, which means you're less likely to get paid for somebody watching that video. For instance, this video had 39,000 views, but only 537 of those views qualified for payment. So while these viewership numbers might be higher, they're not actually contributing to the metrics that you want as a creator. And aside from retention rate, I've also noticed this in other metrics like the like ratio. Channel-wide, my average like ratio for each video is about 16.26%. But my like ratio on even my most successful boosted widescreen video at the time of recording is only about 1.96%. Not only is that incredibly low, that is the lowest out of all of my measured videos. However, since the app tells me that it got 33,000 extra views because of that boost, when you take away all of those boosted views, the like ratio comes out to about 12.7%, which is much better. And considering the category of that video was gaming, it lines up pretty much exactly where I would expect it to. In the comments, shares, and favorites line up the exact same way. If you take away the boosted views, then they line up exactly where you'd expect. And this exact same breakdown applies to all of my boosted widescreen videos. So those extra views when your widescreen video gets boosted are not likely to contribute to anything that you care about as a creator. So from a creator standpoint, while you are getting all of these extra views, you're not getting paid for them. They're not contributing to any other metric that otherwise would help you get paid for them. It makes your analytics much harder to run regressions on, which means if you're trying to figure out what you can do better as a content creator, it makes it way more difficult. And saving the worst for last, your followers probably hate it. The only benefit to making these widescreen videos on this platform is your ability to cross-post on the other platform, which I'm sure is the one thing that TikTok is trying to avoid. And of course, these are all just from my collection of videos. I don't have the entirety of TikTok to work with. So experiences may vary depending on your channel and depending on what videos you create, but if I were to venture a guess, I would say that these widescreen videos are not going to stick around. They're not good for TikTok users, they're not good for creators, and my guess is they're not really that great for TikTok either.